Hello, my name is Del Alba. Online I go by Chaotic Empath. Uh, I was born in New York. I grew up in the Bronx. I'm a first generation American. Both of my family, both sides of my family are from Dominican Republic. I served military, 2 combat tours to Iraq. And the last 2 years or so, my life just been kind of like going down the downward spiral. I've gone divorced, rushed into relationships that didn't work out for me, debt from compulsive spending to escape my reality, I guess. And, as a veteran, you just joke about this shit like, yeah, you're just dysfunctional veteran. You're not a veteran unless you have your triple D's, which is your DD 214. That's basically like your military record saying that, like, everything you did in the military, divorce and debt. So I guess the joke's on me because like I hit the trifecta on this one. Um, but the reason why I'm doing these videos and being so outspoken is because like I know a few veterans who actually, as they say in The Last Airbender, ended themselves. And I remember seeing them trauma dump and post and just be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, why isn't nobody doing anything? Like, oh, now they're overdoing it. I used to think that way, and you know, months would go by and you don't see this person post, and you're like, oh, let me check this Joker's Facebook, see like what he's up to, and you regret seeing that it's full of condolences and shit. Like like it's hard to figure out what you can do. Nobody really like teaches us when we get transitioned out the military. That's upon you to actually go through the treatment. I never did that. I thought like I kind of was okay, but actually my life was just on autopilot. Like my I don't know, there's so many things and I don't want to trauma dump. This isn't the point of this video. I just want to introduce myself and show you what it's like to like cope with PTSD. I'll give you some of my lures. I have so many lures that stem from my PTSD, so I've lived a very adventurous life. Um, I'm prone to chaos. I am, and it's because of not just the PTSD, but it's all these other things that the way my brain is wired. And I never really understood myself until like I started my healing journey and I started like searching for questions, doing some self-discovery. And I'm learning a lot about myself, like I don't know, I'm learning that like it's not just PTSD for me. It's borderline personality disorder. It's the fact that like I have I was never diagnosed as a child with you know, autism and ADHD. Because it was different times back then, that shit was just like a myth. Like, you know, the way, especially if you have like foreign parents or parents who are super like religious or conservative, they'll just tell you, oh, you're made in God's image, so you're perfect, like you're the way God wants you to be. And, okay, that's cool that like I'm the way that God wants me to be, but I need to understand how to like operate this software that's in my head. You know what I mean? Like, how can I really be myself if I don't understand how to think? Um, but as I started my healing journey, I'm learning answers. I'm learning that like the last 20 years, I kind of felt like Adam Sandler in that movie Click, where he puts the idle mode and he's just like cruising through life, emotionless, or just getting by, but not really living. And then he regrets that. He regrets that later because he fast forward a lot of important, um, you know, memories that he wished he never skipped through. So that's kind of like what it feels like for me. It's like now I want to live my life. I want to do things my way. I want to be, I want to understand myself. I want to be understood. I want to be happy. And I want to get out of my head. Like I'm considered a high functioning person, meaning that like I don't let the illness. Yeah, I can cope. I can think. I can slap. I don't know what it really means, really, but they just told me at the VA that I'm high functioning, or to tell people that I'm high functioning, so they don't think that I need to be, I guess, in grippy socks. I don't know, but I was one minor car accident I got into. It wasn't even that bad. But I slipped on black ice, and I was kind of like, I don't know, it was just the adrenaline and like my mind just overworking and reacting because the PTSD is trying to keep me safe, and like I don't know, but I swerved and I hit the street sign. It fell down, and like it just caused a dent. The airbags didn't deploy. Honestly, it could have been worse because I was heading straight towards this car in front of me, and like I think that's when my survival mode kicked in. I didn't want to hit that car for a number of reasons because I don't want to deal with the fucking insurance shit, and also because like I don't want to like you know if I could avoid it, I will avoid it, and I avoided it, but whatever. It could have been way worse. The important thing is that like you know it wasn't that bad. I don't have any physical issues because of it, but something happened in my head that I can't explain, and it just like I can no longer hold back my reactions as much. I am more so easily to more volatile. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm more volatile since that accident, and like it's awakened like I guess my PTSD and all these other things were more dormant. They were just you know I don't know. I was working my ass off, so maybe like um my lifestyle was keeping me from actually I was burned out every day, and I'd go home burned out. Um, Whatever, that doesn't matter. But I just want everybody to know that like there are things that and that affect people based on their environment, based on whatever. Everybody's different. Everybody goes through different things. Not everybody is just because you go through similar like roles you socialize with people, you're with people who have mental illnesses who may not even know that they have mental illnesses until they snap, and you're like, why is this guy such an asshole? Well, he's probably like bipolar and doesn't know that shit. But like if he knew he was bipolar or something and wanted to not be an asshole, then they can ground themselves. And this is kind of like what I'm doing. I'm just trying to teach people like you don't have to let your mental illnesses define who you are. You don't have to hate yourself because you're born different, or because your environment rewired your brain. You just gotta just try to find your happiness, and the only way you can heal is don't let anybody else tell you. You go through your treatment. They'll give you tools, and it's up to you to figure out which one of these tools work for you. Some people will give you their advice and swear this is what you need to do. Bullshit, man. Like you need to do what you need to do to be happy. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy because you're doing something that someone else wants you to do. If that makes any sense, that makes sense to me, But like, I guess I'm crazy and I think differently. So anyway, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching this. If you enjoy this, please help me grow. I'm doing this as a way to escape my being trapped in my head. So, and it's also, I think, some people enjoy hearing this stuff. Some people are being educated. I spent a lot of time doing research, and, um, there isn't that much research on this shit out there, man. Like, we don't really prioritize mental health like I think we should. So, yeah, it's just me, my shenanigans. You'll get to see my cat, Bobby V. He likes to be crazy. Um, just giving you updates about what I'm doing and how I'm managing with my mental illnesses, and also like a story about personal growth because I want to inspire people with mental health to like go out there and do your thing, because, you know, the only thing that's stopping you is yourself when you think about it. Um, if you have to leave your environment, leave it, find support, heal, and be a fucking badass, that you're supposed to be. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. So, I wish you all the best. Be well, be kind to yourself, and peace.